When you go silent, her mind goes crazy. Female psychology revealed. There's something strange that happens when you stop explaining yourself. When you stop chasing. When you stop reacting. Not angry silence. Not punishment. Just calm absence. Most men think silence means loss. They think if they don't speak, they'll be forgotten. They think if they don't text, call, explain, or prove, everything will collapse. But female psychology works very differently, because when you go silent, her mind doesn't go quiet. It gets louder. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective. The biggest myth men believe. Men are taught one dangerous idea. If I don't keep her interested, she'll lose interest. So they overtalk. They overtext. They over-explain their feelings. They overreact to small changes in her mood. And slowly, without realizing it, they remove all mystery. A woman doesn't feel curiosity when everything is available. She doesn't feel desire when everything is predictable. She doesn't feel emotional pull when nothing is missing. Silence creates space, and space is where imagination lives. What she expects versus what you do. Let's be honest. Most women expect this pattern from men. If she pulls away, he chases. If she becomes cold, he explains. If she goes silent, he panics. So when you suddenly don't follow the script, her emotional system feels disrupted. She thinks, why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he trying harder? Did I lose control? And that's when the mind starts racing. Why silence feels loud to her. Women process emotions internally. Men process externally. When you talk less, she thinks more. Your silence becomes a mirror. She starts projecting her own thoughts into it. She wonders, is he done with me? Did I say something wrong? Why does he seem so calm? Is there someone else? And the scariest thought of all, what if he doesn't need me? Need creates safety, but not needing creates attraction. Silence signals emotional strength. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. A man who can stay silent is a man who is emotionally grounded. You're not begging for reassurance. You're not fighting for attention. You're not trying to control the outcome. That calmness sends a powerful message. I am okay, with or without you. And that shakes her more than anger ever could. Anger means attachment. Silence means self-control. When silence triggers attraction. Let's be clear, this is not about manipulation. This is about energy. When you stop chasing, your value feels higher. Your presence feels rarer. Your attention feels earned. Women don't miss noise. They miss impact. If your presence had emotional weight, its absence will be felt. Her emotional timeline when you go silent. Stage 1, relief. First, she feels free. No pressure. No messages. No expectations. Stage 2, curiosity. She checks her phone. Nothing. She tells herself, he's probably busy. Stage 3, doubt. Why hasn't he reached out? Why hasn't he reacted? Her ego feels unsettled. Stage 4, emotional recall. She starts remembering your voice, your confidence, how you made her feel. Not what you said, but how she felt around you. Stage 5, anxiety. She wonders if she misjudged you, if she pushed too far, if she lost someone solid. And now, she's thinking about you more than ever. Why chasing kills desire. Chasing says, I'm afraid to lose you. Silence says, I respect myself. Women are attracted to emotional certainty, not emotional hunger. The more you chase, the less space she has to miss you, the more power she feels, the less mystery remains. Silence flips the balance. The difference between weak silence and strong silence. Let's clarify something important. Weak silence is passive-aggressive. angry, meant to punish, that pushes people away. Strong silence is calm, self-respecting, unbothered. It's not about ignoring her. It's about not needing validation. Why her imagination does the work for you. When you go silent, her mind fills the gaps. And imagination is far more powerful than reality. She imagines you moving on, you becoming distant, you choosing peace. And suddenly she wants to reconnect. Not because you begged, but because she felt the loss. Silence reveals who she really is. Here's a hard truth. Silence filters people. If she only valued attention, she disappears. If she valued connection, she comes closer. When you stop overgiving, you see who stays. Why this makes her emotionally invested. Investment grows where effort exists. When she has to think, when she has to wonder, when she has to reach out, she becomes emotionally involved. Silence shifts the emotional labor to her. The moment she realizes your value, it usually happens quietly, late at night, scrolling, thinking. She realizes, he didn't beg, he didn't fight, he didn't collapse, and suddenly your calm becomes unforgettable. The paradox of attraction. The less you try to control her feelings, the more space she has to feel them. The less you explain yourself, the more she tries to understand you. The less you chase, the more she feels drawn. When silence is most powerful, silence works best when you were emotionally present before. You treated her with respect. You didn't overdo it. Silence amplifies who you already were. What this is really about. This isn't a tactic. This is a mindset. A man who goes silent isn't playing games. He's choosing peace over panic. And that choice changes everything. Final truth. When you go silent, her mind doesn't go crazy because you disappeared. It goes crazy because you didn't chase. You didn't break. You didn't beg. You stayed centered. And that's rare. Silence isn't absence. It's presence without noise. And sometimes, that's the loudest thing in the world. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective.